In this video you will see me fitting 2 patches to the bottom of the driver's door. I'm Steve and welcome to my channel. I've scored one small line there and one small line there, but I can't cut to that because this is standing up too high. It's standing up about 4 mil here, and that's because of this lip over here. So I scored another 2 lines 4 mil below those. I'm going to join that line up and then I'm going to cut it below that line to start with, and cut it down here, and try to get this out of the door skin. I made that by just bending it over and filing a radius, so that radius is acting like a good leverage. So I think there's a couple of weld points here, somewhere here, because it seems to be bending up okay along here and okay along here. I need to break it here where it's fixed to this half, and hopefully once that breaks there, in there, it will go that way. This is just holding on by the last little bit, so I've filed a nice sharp edge on there. I'm wondering if that could dig in like that and then pull it out. It's just holding on there. Something's moving. I can see the edge of this now. Right, that's good. So I can get that down there. Whoa, look at that. Oh, lovely job. I was wrong, that's not welded there. That's come out better than I thought. I didn't think I'd get that out in one bit. Oh, nice one. Wow, look at that. So that's where I put Waxhole many years ago. Oh, I put red oxide on there, and then I put Waxhole. This proves yet again how good Waxhole is. So I'm not going to use anything else. I'm definitely going to use Waxhole because I believe that preserves the steel really well. Okay, that that fits in there okay. So that patch is done now. I've shone a light underneath. There's no light coming through. It's all welded up nice. I had a high spot here, so I heat shrinked it a little bit here. So there's a few lumps and bumps here, but just a final, very light skim of filler will cover all that. And this is quite straight here. The only problem I had was that when you weld it sometimes shrinks, so that face has gone back that way because of that patch. So when I've finished the patches underneath, I'm going to weld along there and then grind it all back so that it goes back to the contour that it was before I started. So this is epoxy primer because I'm not going to weld it along here. There won't be any heat along here. I'm just going to bend that back because it wasn't welded before. So I'm putting epoxy primer under that lip and on the patch that I'm going to put in. And then when I do some welding around this side, I will use the weld through primer for that. So I've tacked this first plate in, and what I intend to do is make a little patch for this corner here and tack that in, and then cut this half out and tack that in, and then bend the lip back and get everything correct before I go along and finally weld all the way along. So this one was a little bit more difficult to get out. There was one spot weld there, and it actually went through to the outer skin. I could feel a lump there where I've been prizing it out. So there's one spot weld along the whole length of this door. So that's the second one, exactly the same as the other one. I ordered these the other day. I think they were made in China, and they're big diameter, and it's absolutely ideal for getting into this crease here. There's no other way of getting it out, because I believe that the only way to remove rust is mechanically, either with a wire brush or sandblasting it with aluminium oxide. And I don't believe in these liquids that you put on are supposed to convert the rust. I still don't think it gets it out, and this is the only way to get it back to bright metal. So yeah, they're well worth getting. Definitely wear goggles with these, because I can feel the actual wires coming out, hitting my face. So okay, they're not the best made thing, but it's doing this job absolutely fine. So what I've just done is I've welded that join there. Oh yeah, that join there. And then gone over with my belt sander, and then I made up some 2-pack paint. This is epoxy primer, and I've just gone along the whole length of it with the screwdriver and put in a really lot of paint on there. So as I'm knocking that over now, it's squeezing the paint out, so that the paint, I can see the paint coming out because it hasn't gone off yet. It's like putty at the moment. So I thought that's the best way to protect this for the future, because obviously wherever you have two layers of metal, that's where it rusts. Right, it's a low spot there. Now what I've been doing is just hitting it with this mallet basically, because there's 3 thicknesses right at this very edge obviously, and the new plate is quite strong, so I've got to give it quite a bit of a there's a little bit of light there. You probably won't be able to see that, but it's not too bad all along this edge. It's just there for some reason, but it is improving. Yeah, oh, that's okay. It's a little bit here. That's the trouble when you're doing this. It moves it around, so you get a low or high spot somewhere, and then it moves it to another part of the panel that you're not expecting. There's a little bit more there. Yeah, that's minimal. I can see a little bit of light there, but I'm not worried about it. It's probably, you know, 1/10 of a millimetre or something. It's nothing actually. Now the funny thing about this is that since I've been knocking this to get this edge straight, it's actually changed where the high spot is on here. In fact, it hasn't now. Well, it's not too bad really. It has actually improved this a little bit, but there is a crown on this. But I'm not worried about this one. I was worried about the driver's side because I wanted to get it flat from that point right the way across. But I'm giving up on doing that because I think all these Mark 1s have a slight crown like that on it. So I'm not too worried about making a mirror finish now. I'm just going to live with that. But down here it's nice and straight, and that will match up with the seal when the door shuts. So that's finally finished. I took ages to get all the pinholes out, and I made one mistake. Well, at least I think it's a mistake. I rolled this edge over before I welded along here. I had it tacked, as you saw, and the problem with doing that is that the heat distortion on this bit here has got nowhere to go, so it distorted it in that, like that, concave. So I've had to panel beat this flat again. So I think I should have left this lip till last, because that would have reduced the distortion. Anyway, it's done now, and I've got the wall, and it's not too bad. I'll probably put 4 thick coats of epoxy primer on here and sand it down, and it will cover all the little weld marks that are still on there. So that's the job done. Now, before I finish this job, another Mark 1 owner contacted me and said he's got exactly the same thing on his driver's door. Could I make him some patches? So I made him some patches and sent it to him. He's yet to fit them, but that got me thinking that I've got these formers, and you know, the best thing about this job was the form was quite good. What I did, it's actually matches the original. So I'm thinking, if anyone has got the same problem, is thinking of doing the bottom of their doors, I can make a patch right up to here if you need it. Just tell me, you know, the width this way and the height this way, and I can make it to order. So my contact details will be in the description below the video, so don't hesitate to contact me, and maybe I can make you a pair as well. If you haven't seen me make these patches, it's in another video, so look at all my past videos and you will see me using this in the vise. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.